guys. Ooh, I look different from the last time you saw me. 1 second. Okay, and I'm back. Just so I can give you a quick backstory about me, I'm Caitlin, and I got diagnosed with stage 3B Hodgkin's lymphoma when I was 25, and I was supposed to do 6 months of chemo, and it was called ABVD to eliminate all of the Hodgkin's, but unfortunately after I finished my 6 months of chemo, I relapsed within a very short time, about 6 weeks between my scan that told me I was in remission and the scan that told me it was back. So after that, I tried a different regimen of chemo called ICE, and that seemed like it worked too. So great news. 2 chemos, they both worked, or did they? It turns out that after the scan that cleared me from my rounds of ICE, within exactly 2 weeks from my clear scan telling me I was in remission, I felt symptoms and we rescanned before I went in for my transplant, and it was confirmed that it was back and I was at a stage 3 again. All within 2 weeks. Crazy, like, that shouldn't happen. But it did happen, so where are we now? What do we do now? A newer upcoming treatment called brentuximab and bendamustine. So I did 2 rounds of that and I was refractory to it. It worked a little bit, but it didn't do its full job. So I had to go in for radiation. They radiated my neck, they radiated my chest and under my left arm. So I've added a few scars to my collection. You can't really see my biopsy scars, which is nice. My doctor did a good job. So I went through a month of radiation, which is 20 sessions. You have to go every single day. And I did that in October of 2017, so last year. After that, I had to wait about 4 to 5 weeks to get another scan to see if I was considered in remission, because we can't do a stem cell transplant without me being in complete remission. Well, you can, but they don't recommend it because the chances of it working are cut down by a lot. So we did the radiation, we scanned in December of 2017, and I was in remission. I was all good to go with my auto stem cell transplant. So they were using my own cells, and I spent about 3 weeks in Brigham and Women's in Boston doing my stem cell transplant. So they give you a high intensity chemo to completely wipe out your immune system, and then stem cells that they collected from you, they then give back to you, and it's supposed to be the cure. Stem cell transplants work for so many people, and they are definitely a cure for a lot of people. Unfortunately, about 5 to 6 months after my transplant, I had some blood work come back and it was a little bit funky, so my doctor said she wanted to send me for a scan immediately, even though she knew that I was basically giving up on scans at that point in my life. I didn't like them, they gave me lots of anxiety, and they always told me I was in remission, and then within a few short weeks, they would tell me that the cancer was back. So they were kind of like a bad omen, or, you know, it was like a superstitious thing. Maybe if I don't get a scan, it won't come back. That's not how cancer works, though. So I went in for an immediate PET scan the following day, and it was back. So this is the 4th time that I've been told I've had cancer in under 2 years. devastating isn't even a strong enough word. I think I totally emotionally shut down. I didn't want to tell anybody what was going on. I didn't even tell a lot of people in my family for a little while, and I just wanted to pretend like everything was okay. Like, why can't everything be okay for just a little while? But so unfortunately, I had to start treatment again. This time, I didn't have to do chemo. I have relapsed enough times to qualify for immunotherapy, and that is a lot easier on my body in the short term to handle, as in, you know, nausea and immediate side effects and stuff. But I don't really know where I'm going from here. The Mayo Clinic is out here, and they're a great hospital. My doctor is amazing. She's also a young adult cancer survivor, so she gets me on a level that no other doctor really can. Even though I've loved all of my other doctors, she just gets it. She gets it in a way that only we get it. Like, somebody who hasn't been in our position just can't fully absorb everything that we're going through. And a lot of people think when I get really quiet and I don't post a lot of things on social media that it's because I'm just doing fine and I'm living my life, and usually that's not the case. I tend to get quiet when I get really bad news and when I get really sick. And this time I kind of took the approach of not saying anything about my cancer returning and focusing on all of the positive things that I have in my life. My son is 7. He just started the 2nd grade out here in Arizona. We moved into a beautiful house, and my relationship is better than it's ever been. I feel so blessed to have all of these things that I almost feel as though if I complain about the bad that I've been given, it could get worse. And I'm not trying to put that bad stuff back on my plate, so I just like to focus on being happy and doing what I can do on the days that I feel good, and taking 17-hour naps on the days that I don't feel good. I'm really lucky to have an amazing support system. So I've been on this new treatment since May of 2018, and it's now almost the end of September. I don't really know what else to say. I'm not very good at these things. Click the link below to follow my new Healing Vibes Incorporated Instagram page, or visit healingvibesinc.com for our new content coming out soon. Yeah, that was a shameless plug, so whatever. Jared, go Jared. See you guys later. And